Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sheila from Boho Daydreams. Thank you for visiting my channel. I'm going to preview the Winter Frost collection, which was a requested custom bundle before Christmas. And it was just so beautiful that I decided to make more of them. And these are a little bit different because the one that I made for Tina Laity from Hummingbird Tales was just a little bit different. But I've had time since then to go through some of my own stash and pick out some of the laces and some of the other things that make this package a bit unique. If you go to Hummingbird Tales by Tina Laity, you'll find one of her journals, which was a wintery type journal with these colors in it, and it was so inspiring and so beautiful. It gave me the idea then of a collection that I wanted to do in the future. And then she posted into the Boho Daydreams group some pouches that she had made with the same blue and teals and frosty colors, and it was so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Tina. So go take a look at her YouTube channel, Hummingbird Tales by Tina Laity, and you will be inspired. Sorry about my voice. I've been sick for the last couple of days, but I want to get this wrapped up, and I'm feeling a little bit better from Tylenol and tea with honey and lemon and my inhalers. I'm feeling a little bit better. I also want to give a shout out to CJ Christopher. CJ is a lady in a lot of our groups, and we know her because she posts into all of our groups. She and her daughter, I believe it's her daughter, have an orphanage in South Africa, or Africa, somewhere in Africa. And they go to Africa once or twice a year, and they bring supplies along for her kids because they love to craft. I think she has an orphanage there that she takes care of. It's about 125 kids. So this bundle will not have any extra scraps or anything like that because they're going to be sent to Africa to give the kids there some enjoyment and pleasure with crafting. And then the last, before we get into the bundle, is a giveaway that Gypsy Girl Crafts by Pamela is having for her 300 subbies. It outlines on her channel that she wants us to send her a couple of handmade flowers and a journaling card of some sort with our information on it. So I'm hoping that I can get myself cleaned up enough to make a few flowers, because we have until February to do this. So go and check out her channel, Gypsy Girl Crafts by Pamela. She does amazing work with her gypsy textiles and all sorts of things. She's just a lot of fun. Really appreciate Pamela. So go check her out. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had a little coughing fit, and I didn't want you to hear that. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the Winter Frost collection because it's different than anything I've done up until this point. So I'm just going to briefly go through the stages of this package because my voice is kind of a little bit croaky. So we'll just start. So as always, there's always a lot of trims and sparkly pieces. So they're going to sit here, and we'll just quickly go through them. So this one's very sparkly. And all the colors, I tried to stick to what look like winter frosty colors. So they are somewhat coordinated. You see that little, so pretty. That pretty? And some of the kits are just slightly different. I didn't cut this off, even though it kind of looks scraggly. I don't cut them off because I let you do what you want with that, because that might make a nice little piece to slide under a corner of something. So it gives you a bit of scraps to work with. Not every package has a piece of this. There's two packages that have a larger piece, but it's different. It's very beautiful and very functional, but it just looks a little different than this. It's another piece of trim with some sequins. I'm always fighting threads. Can you see that? So pretty. Some beads in there, some seed beads. Oh, this is pretty. This came to me from India. Oh, so pretty. I had someone send that to me. And then I only had enough so that everybody could have a little piece of this, but it's so thin. It's so lovely. I think I have a 6-inch piece that I kept for myself, but so pretty. And this here's a little bit of a showstopper piece. So beautiful. It's got hand beading on it. You can see it's all hand beaded. This is just gorgeous. And everybody has a piece of this. And they're all different. Some have lots of this. Some have bigger pieces of just this. But everybody has a nice piece of this. And this came from one of those lahenyas that I had. I finally cut it up. It was a little hard to cut up, but I did it. Just like a champion. Everyone has one of these. And everybody has this, but there are a couple of kits that don't have this. So the kits that don't have this have a piece of teal fabric that has some very sparkly sequins on it. It's very beautiful. So this comes with a lace package. Sorry. So there's lots of laces. So I found these. I found a box of these, and it's a variety in this box. And the box is very old and falling apart, and it was wrapped in this very old wrapping, very old wallpaper. So I was investigating, because there's a few pieces that have this on it. And so when I Googled L.S. Ayres and Company, it was a company that was founded in 1872, and then later on there was tea room added, and after that, when the tea room left, it became a generalized department store, and then it was sold out in 1972 to some other company, and then they dropped the name. So these are very old, and to me, I wonder if they're like, if anyone had a tea room, if these might have been something where the little dainties sat on, because I have so many of these little squares, and they're yellowed with age. I mean, that little piece is so yellow, it hardly even sticks. And then there's, on the back of it, is this tiny little pin that says 75 cents on it. So everybody has 5 of these. 5 of these little squares. And aren't they cute? They're so cute. Everybody has a piece of this. This is vintage lace that I found at a thrift store a long time ago. And everybody has 12 inches of this lace. This is not old. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not old, but I've had it for several years. But it's just such a beautiful color that I used it all up and gave it all to this kit. So everybody has a piece of this lace. Now this is a vintage lace that I got. I found a roll of it. It was in my box somewhere. I don't even know where all this stuff comes from. But everybody has an 8-inch piece of this lace. And it feels like it's a cotton blend, I think. And a piece of this is very soft. Very, very soft. And a piece of this, a little heart. And I was going to trim up all those little pieces that you see, but then I thought maybe I shouldn't do that because maybe kind of looks like more like a Charlie Brown heart, like this. So I just decided to leave all those little pieces on. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Everyone has a piece of this. And this is so delicate. Everyone has a piece of this. And everyone has a piece of this. It's so pretty. And then there's some sparkly stuff. And I just added this because, well, it's got snowflakes on it. And it's like a frosty package. So, I don't know, can you see that? To me they look like snowflakes. Snowflakes in the night. Where I come from, we had big snowflakes like that. And then there's a piece of this. And this is corded lace. And I bought this in at the wedding section of a fabric store because it was just so beautiful. And you know when you buy things and you don't really have a purpose for it? Well, I just had to use it in here. And the way it's designed, I mean, you can cut just pieces out, the different pieces, and you can dye it if you want. And, well, I just kind of love lace, so I had to get that. And this one too is sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkles. Maybe, I don't know. Do I even have it the right way? I do. Anyway, if I went through my stash and it had sparkles, it was going into this kit. And some of the things I cut up for this kit, I amazed myself. This here came from a doily, and it is so fine. Look how fine that is. It is so fine, and it's old. I mean, it's crocheted with such a fine crochet hook. Oh, it's so lovely. I don't even think I got to keep one for myself. I think there was one of the little flowers was kind of destroyed. So there was just enough for one in each of these bundles. And then I also found in my stash a bunch of appliques. So I put one into everybody's package. And then there's just some neutral fabrics, but it's a crinkly neutral, which is kind of gives it that vintage look. I love it. It's texture, right? So I pop that in there. And then this was just a big piece of this. So I cut it up and gave everybody a piece. You can cut the flowers up individually and put a little sparkly bit in there. But yeah, I thought that was cool. And then I found a bag of these. And I see that some ladies are able to use them. It's a cotton. I had a bag of cotton crocheted doilies like this. So I put one into everybody's package because I know that there's a lot of talent there and they probably know how to use this. Oops. This piece of lacy textile, it's very soft. Very, very, very soft. And has a little bit of a shimmer to it too. It's a big piece of fabric. I don't know if it was a big scarf or if it was just a big piece of fabric. I never run into fabrics like that in any of the fabric stores I've ever been into, so I don't know. And there's this. This was an old tablecloth, and it actually had a serial number on it. So I'm not quite sure what that meant, but it's very sparkly. You can't really see it in the camera, but it's a celery color, and it is so sparkly, iridescent. Then we have a bunch of sparkly stuff. I don't want to go through all of them because there's a lot of sparkle, but I'll just go through a few. Everybody has one of these. Everybody has one of these. And then there's several different iridescent pieces, because I find stuff like this along the way. I always buy them. So there's a whole bunch of iridescent pieces to give your journal a bit of a snowy type of look, a wintry look, if that's what you're going for. So a bunch of those, and we have some neutrals. And this is Randy Moates' package, Randy Moates Kirby package. And she told me that she doesn't mind the grungy, authentic pieces. That's why she has the piece that has a little tag on it. And this here was a sari from India that was never worn. And the last bundle I made, I gave away the piece that actually had the price tag still on it, and it was sewn on to a piece of fabric and then knotted onto the hem. It looks a little bit dirty, but that's age. That's wear and age from traveling and having its own little story. It's also the piece of fabric on the back for this piece. Then I found this. This is beautiful. I just found this today. So I put a piece of this. Some people don't have the pink flower, but they'll have some beaded pieces on theirs instead. And this is very shiny. And I just cut it all up. It's like frosty. Get into the blues. This is so soft. This piece is so soft. It's just gorgeous. Comes from a Depata. And this is a pashmina from Italy. When I cut this, I took my breath away a little bit, and it goes from this color to a bit of a darker blue, and some is variegated, but oh my goodness, it is so soft, and it's got a bit of a pattern on it. My goodness, that is beautiful. And this is a new piece also, going along with the winter theme. And this one too, because it looks like it has snowflakes. I've used this one a couple of times, but because this is a package, a specific package, I put it in here because there's snowflakes. All the little stones, it's all hand. It's hand beaded. The sequins are sewn in. And this is new. And those are actually little pieces of glass in there, very fine glass. And all the little sequins, tiny little sequins. I don't know if you can see that. It's a piece of this. This is so delicate, and it's got silver threads in there. It's so delicate. Oh my goodness, I love that. Everybody has this. And as you can see, I'm not too discreet with how I cut things, because I give you guys the extra pieces instead of cutting them. Although I was giving them to CJ. And this is a piece of silk, 100% silk, and it is so soft. And just a piece of embroidered tulle. Okay, I would call that kind of like a lace. And this is wintery. It's been used before. Actually, this is retired now. I think there's enough maybe for a couple of custom bundles, but there is nothing extra. See, oh, this is one of my favorite pieces, and I do not have any of the sequined pieces for myself. I put them all into the kits. There's a piece of this. So sparkly. There's some sequins on that. This is the top. The top of something. I'm sorry, losing my voice. And it's sparkly, and this piece has some beads in it. It's just very, very pretty, very shiny, so I added that. Shine on that. Kind of textured too, with ridges. This is so soft. It's a royal blue. And here is its match. Here's the mate with some sequins on it. And here's a piece of sari. This comes from the lady from West Africa. And she never removed her tags. So I kept them on and just kept them on, and they're going into Randy's bundle. And then each of your packages is coming with a 12 by 18 piece of this textile. And this is enough to make a journal cover for yourself in that winter frosty sort of theme, or you can use it for whatever it is that you want. So you can make yourself a journal. It's all coordinated to it. Very, very beautiful. Oh, so pretty. Then there's also some trim. There's this piece of trim that I found. It has little sequins on both sides of the ribbon. So everybody's getting 24 inches. 24 inches of that. And this is also this is also a piece of Indian trim, and everyone's getting 12 inches of this. I don't know if you can see that. This is really nice trim. It's woven so nicely. The ends hardly fray. And then, as usual, your bundles always come with some sari strips that I tie it up with. And this is the size of the piece that is going to be wrapped in this time. And most of them will be wrapped in possibly this or another, maybe something like this. But I know Randy loves neutrals, she loves ivories, and she loves pinks. So I'm going to wrap Randy's up in a piece of this. That's everything for today. Thank you for watching. I did say I was going to make a lace bundle for anybody who was interested. So you saw a few of the lace pieces today that will be in the bundle, but the bundle will be a lot larger than just that. They probably have about 50 different pieces of lace in them. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.